I don't know how to start this video. Hey guys, what's going on? Oh shit.
Look, I'm gonna tell you about my life.
So, you are here for the more long form, detailed video of my life, and before we get into it, I really want to say thank you for that, because just the fact that you want to listen about my life is a big deal to me, because I've never really, if I'm honest, had a lot of people interested in what the fuck I'm doing in general, let alone with business or, you know, whatever else. So I really appreciate it, and I'm going to try and make this as entertaining as possible so it's not super boring. And I feel like what I'd ask you to do during this video is look at the similarities between me and you in your position. In reality, I'm like a straight up normal person, and I want to kind of use this video to break some limiting beliefs, but not only that, but just kind of show you like my life and give you some context as to who I am as a person, because it's one thing to see this successful SMMA owner, but it's another thing to see his journey from, you know, being bullied, being a fucking loser in school, to kind of figuring itself out, to making it happen, and then losing it all, and then going back and doing it again. And I really hope that this is inspiring in some way. And if you feel like it is inspiring, or maybe I helped you out in some way, please leave something in the comments just so I know. I'd love to connect with you. I'm not one of those, you know, YouTubers or business owners that's not like engaged as to what you guys are doing. I want to talk to you guys. If you post in the comments, I will get back to you. I want to talk to you. I want to connect with you. We can go for a fucking beer for all I care. And I would love to hear anything you guys have to say, honestly. And whether it be criticism, whether it be the fact that you love me, whether it be the fact that you love my shirt, my hat, my fucking shitty sunglasses that I was wearing earlier, whatever it is, I want to know, and I'm super excited for you. So let's jump in, sit back, relax, and I'll tell my story. See ya. Okay, sounds good. So let's just start from the beginning, I guess. Let's just talk about like who I am. So my name's Ryan Rumshaw, and I grew up in a place called Newbiggin by the Sea. And obviously I know that my audience is mostly American, and a lot of people who are maybe even in Australia, for example. For some reason, that's at least what my analytics say on my Instagram. So Newbiggin by the Sea is basically just a small, you know, town near Newcastle, which is like a major city in the United Kingdom. So I grew up there with my parents, my mum Gillian and my dad Leon, and I have two sisters. I have Kimberly and I have Katie. One is older, one is younger. Kim is the older one, Katie is the younger one. So middle child, standard, normal life as per usual. We moved around a lot when we were younger, so I moved from Newbiggin by the Sea. I moved to a place called Hitchin, which is near London, and then we finally kind of settled down in Kirby Muxloe, which sounds awful. It's in Leicester, and essentially that's where I started going heavily to school and whatnot. And school for me is a touchy subject. I really did not have a positive experience at school. I did not enjoy being at school. I had a lot of bad stuff happen to me while I was at school. Even stuff that, if I'm honest, I'm a bit uncomfortable talking about. But essentially, I had a shit time. I was bullied for a good, 5-6 years every day. That was like physically and verbally. So basically I was getting my ass kicked every day. And I did not enjoy being in primary school. So obviously the transition from primary school to Brookvale, which was the high school I went to, sucked. Again, new school, new bullies, getting my ass kicked verbally, physically. And then, it was just a fucking ball ache, basically. I fucking hated it. I didn't know how to communicate with people. I didn't know how to be cool. I wasn't good with like chicks. I wasn't good with girls. I didn't know how to make friends. And to be honest, I was just a bit of a loser. And I'd even go as far as like, I wouldn't want to like hang out with anyone. So I'd be that guy. For any of you English people, you might know this from school. Like I'd be that guy that would like stack chairs during like lunch to get like free food. I don't know if they do that in America, but essentially, like, if you don't have any friends, you can kind of just like help around like the cafeteria, and they'll give you like free food, and it's also an excuse just to not go outside because you're gonna get roasted or beaten up. And I don't want to make it sound like Leicester's like super dodgy and like rough or anything, because it's not. It's just that I didn't know how to defend myself, and also I was just a bit of a loser. Like I was a bit like dorky and twitchy and like weird and like not a positive experience for me. I did not enjoy it. So obviously I moved up to college, which is not, college is like the next step from high school for my American friends. And essentially that was okay. I wasn't getting bullied like physically anymore. I was still getting bullied like verbally by like fucking everyone. But it started to get a little bit better because I started to kind of find my own groove. This is around like 16, 17-ish. And I sucked at school, by the way. So it's funny, like, you know, like in school where you can be like, you're either like the smart guy or you're like the, you know, you're the smart guy, but you're not that cool, or you're like the cool guy, but you're not that smart. I was like neither. So like I wasn't good at school at all. And then I wasn't cool either. So I was getting like, I got U's in some of my exams. I had to retake maths like 5 times or something like that because I was just a bit in my head essentially. I couldn't get it done, and I even had to take like extracurricular stuff in Loughborough, which is like super far away, and I had to go there every like week and, you know, learn about English. And I was the oldest person in there by like 10 years. There was just kids in there, me learning about like maths. It's super embarrassing, super stupid as well. I don't understand why I couldn't put my mind to something at that point in my life, but for some reason I couldn't. And yeah, like life just wasn't going the way that I wanted it to. School was sucking. My original passion was becoming like more social. Like I really wanted to become like a more social person, and I started my journey doing that. You know, just randomly going out and talking to people and whatnot, and I got better with socially, so I started to make some friends. But very important statement, and I know that anyone who follows me on Instagram knows this already, I did not have a single friend until I was 18. That's literally not a joke. Let me move into the camera. That's not a joke. That's like legitimate. Like I didn't have any friends until I was like 17, 18. Getting me a bit choked up. I didn't have any friends until I was 18, which sucked. My first friend was a guy called Vishal, which we'll get into. Essentially, I moved to London. I didn't want to go to university. I got in, even though I like barely got in. I got like D's, and you know, I even got a U in fucking ICT, which is kind of ironic. But essentially, I didn't want to go to uni, and then I was like, let me go and like try and start like a business, you know, like I was like, Gary V, I'm gonna be a business owner, I'm gonna crush it. Went there, it was more of a labor of love. I was teaching guys about like social skills and dating and all that kind of stuff. That's what I was trying to be good at, so it was like a passion for me. And although it was fun, it was not making me any money financially, so I kind of scrapped that. I gave up, which was embarrassing. I had to move back into Leicester. I actually got one of the videos I made kind of upset some of the people in the job that I worked with. I worked in this like shitty data entry job in this hotel. So fuck those guys, by the way. And essentially I got fired from that for making one of those videos. So I got kicked out. I moved back in with my parents, and then I moved back to London, and I got like a sales job by like one of my friends who got me it, and I lost that job. And then I really had to move back in with my parents because I was like really broke. And not only was I broke, but I was like in debt. I owed like the gym money, I owed like fucking people money. It was awkward as fuck. During that time, I was drinking a lot. You know, I to be honest, at that point, how old would I have been? I would have been 20, I think. I'd been in London for like 2-3 years. I mean, you know, I'm back in living with my parents. I'm 21-ish, 21. And my life at that point, like, you know, about a year ago, was fucking awful. I was just a complete degenerate. I was working at Holland and Barrett. Fuck Holland and Barrett. Hashtag fuck Holland and Barrett. Instagram. So the point I'm trying to make is, I was working at Holland and Barrett for like a year and a half, and I was just being a degenerate. I feel uncomfortable talking about this on YouTube, but I want to be like as honest as possible. So I was basically just smoking weed every day, and I was getting drunk with my friends, and I was being a loser basically. And I know that my parents are going to listen to this and be like, oh my god, because I haven't really spoken to them about it. But I feel like it's important for me to get that across to you because you guys are young, or maybe some of you guys relate to how young I am, and like that's like a real thing, you know, like that's a real thing. So I was being a degenerate. I found out about the SMMA stuff a while back, and I think I found out about it in like May, June, but I did like months of work and nothing was hitting. I did cold calls, I did cold emails. There's restaurants, not that one, but there's other restaurants around there, but essentially one of those restaurants just laughed me out of the room. It was embarrassing. I went on lots of meetings and I failed, and it was like, At this point, I've had 5 failed businesses. I wanted to be a fucking rapper. That failed. Let's not even get into that. If you want to know more about that, put it in the comments. I don't even want to fucking talk about that. It's so stupid. And then I did a funnel business. I did a directory. That failed. The funnel business failed. My original business failed. Everything's failing. And I'm getting used to just being a loser. I'm getting used to just constantly failing. And it can be very daunting when like you really think something's going to happen and then it just completely doesn't happen. So that sucked. Then I found out about Upwork, and then everything started to change. And obviously I'm a little bit biased to Upwork because that's my area of expertise, but with Upwork, I really managed to get my first client for one, and it was super small. It was like $250, and it sucked. It was an awful client, and I got treated like shit, and I got a really bad review. So not a good start. Again, standard, typical fucking behavior for me. I didn't get a good review. And but once I got a first client, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to just like make this happen. And over a period of time, from August till now, I've been able to build a 6-figure business. I moved into my dream apartment in the center of Leicester. This is the center of Leicester. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but where that like mod pizza place is like literally the center of the High Cross, the shopping center. So I'm super happy with everything that's going on here, but it was a long journey for me. Lots of ups and downs during my SMMA journey. I've lost lots of clients. I've gained lots of clients. I've fired people. I've lost friends. Relationships ruined. But I've really found myself with this journey, like through business and whatnot. And it's the first time I ever feel really confident in my ability to help other people, which is so weird because when you don't know who you are and when you don't know how to be successful, it's really hard to teach other people. But now that I'm doing it and I have like a vast amount of students that are crushing it, which is why we made this YouTube channel, obviously, I just decided that this is really the next step for me to start making some YouTube videos. Just to prove, like I said before, just to prove that I'm like a normal fucking guy. I'm not anything special, honestly. I'm like I'm about as normal as it gets. We could go to Wetherspoons right now and have a beer, which is like a pub for the people in America. But yeah, I'm a normal guy. And this journey has been very fulfilling for me. And I'm hoping to help you guys out with your journey through Upwork. And especially the people who are brand new, especially the people who don't have a client yet and they're really struggling to get like their foot in the door. Upwork is that perfect place. And I'm not going to go into it too much in this video because I don't want to fucking oversell it, but watch these videos and I will fucking help you. I'm super, super, super excited to help you guys. I have shitloads of students who are crushing it right now. And to be honest, I'm very confident in my ability to help you. So continue watching these videos. I hope that this has given you an idea as to who I am as a person. If you relate to anything in here, please put it in the comments, like I said before. And yeah, if I've missed anything, I don't think I have. But if you feel like I've missed anything, please ask a question and I will literally love to answer it in the comments section, okay? All right. Much love, guys. Peace.